You'd lost your baby son, and now your baby daughter's in hospital.
Exactly.
And you must have been absolutely.
I spoke with the directive and the president of Manchester United, and then kind of that didn't believe that something going wrong, which is make me feel bad.
Really?
Yes, yes.
I didn't believe you.
They believe it, but in the same way they are there. I never, Piers, ever gonna change the health of my family for a football. Never. Now or 10 years behind or forward. And it's something that really hurt me because they doubt of my words that I struggle, especially Bella and Gio. We had 1 week in hospital because the Bella have a big problem. And I didn't go to the pre-season because of that, because I didn't was allowed to left my family if something happened to do it the pre-season, because I think it wasn't not fair to left my family for a pre-season. This is why I didn't go.
Cristiano Ronaldo here speaking to Piers Morgan. Full interview still pending, and this is one of the talking points that Man United fans have been waiting for far more detail on. The accusations, the claims, and the statement you've just seen there made by Cristiano Ronaldo that the sporting director, the board essentially, so the John Myrtles of this world, the Richard Arnolds, he hasn't named Eriksen as one of these individuals. Obviously allowed him to stay with his family. But he's saying that, did they really believe him? Did they really believe him in relation to the reason why he wasn't going to be on preseason? Now, the backstory, as we all now know, is that Cristiano Ronaldo's 3-month-old daughter, 3 months at the time, was hospitalized with bronchitis. And I think with everything that had happened, of course, to her twin brother passing a few months prior, of course, tensions, emotions are going to be very, very high within the Ronaldo family. Of course, any parent wants to stay with their child in that moment in time. Of course, there are two different stories and narratives about the whole summer. There is now what Ronaldo is giving us. We knew there was a family issue to begin with. We were never given any details as fans or as the public. Now his story is that that's why he didn't come to the entire preseason. She was hospitalized. She was ill when he was staying with the family. Of course, there's a separate narrative that's been told by many, many journalists that Cristiano Ronaldo was seeking a move elsewhere. There is the genuine possibility, and my fervent belief, that both these things were probably going on simultaneously. Ronaldo was likely to be staying to look after his daughter and not wanting to spend time away from her, but equally, with Jorge Mendes looking for a new club, I think that there's going to end up being a case of 6 of one and half a dozen of another. But as a Man United fan, I certainly want there to be an investigation. I certainly want to hear what United have got to say in relation to this claim that they didn't believe him, that they were almost being rude, nasty, inconsiderate in relation to a man wanting to stay with his wife and with his children in a very traumatic time. Not only traumatic because they would still be mourning for the passing of his baby, newborn baby son, but of course the illness to that sadly deceased child's sister. And I think that I want my football club to be behaving with empathy and with integrity at all times. So for me, these are the elements of this Cristiano Ronaldo story that I'm not adverse to wanting to hear. Of course, there's a separate matter when it comes to talking about Ten Hag, his teammates, the style, because that's the playing element. When it comes to how the club is run, I think it's important for this information to get out. I really, really do. Do me a big favor, everyone that's tuning in, hit the like button. As always, make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. Download the One Football app as well, the very best one-stop shop for football news, stats, statistics, videos, and much, much more in the world. Speaking about everything going on, he has also spoke very candidly, very, very candidly indeed, about his feelings towards the Glazers. Take a listen to this.
Of the club, they don't.
The Glazers.
The Glazers, they don't care about the club. I mean, professional sport. As you know, Manchester is a marketing club. They will get his money from the marketing.
I want to stop there for a moment. So you hear Cristiano Ronaldo say that names the Glazers outright, and this is powerful. They only care about making the money out of the club, the marketing out of the club. That's it, the money. So, Man United fans, you may be angry at Cristiano Ronaldo for some of the other elements of this interview that we know are going to come out. But do not let that. This is where nuance and balance is needed from Manchester United fans. And I was called out yesterday because I was calling the Glazers out. Why are you not happy? In one interview, you can do some good and you can do some things that I think are bad. One of the elements I think is good is calling out these Glazers. But as Cristiano Ronaldo has just told you, it's all about money for them. So if you're giving your money to these Glazers, you know what you are. You're a Glazer.
The sports, they don't really care, in my opinion.
Do you ever talk to them, the Glazers?
Never,
Never.
never.
Not since you've gone back.
No.
So what we do know is that when it comes to the people at the club not believing him, he isn't talking about the Glazers. That was a misconception I had in my previous video when he said bosses. I thought and directors. I thought he meant them. He's talking about Richard Arnold and John Myrtle. In my opinion, we still haven't had clarification of their names, but that is what it sounds like.
Give all the power to the president, the sport directive.
A lot of Manchester United fans are very negative about the Glazers. They think they're taking all the money out and not spending enough on players, on the infrastructure issues he talked about. Do you think the fans are right?
The fans, they're always right. I think
The thing that's very interesting about his comment there, that the fans are always right, is the fans also think some of the things you've said in this interview. We have to wait for the full interview for the full context, but so a lot of people think what you've said in these interviews is wrong as well. So will Ronaldo take that criticism? He's right. Most Man United fans are right about the Glazers. I mean, most Man United fans still fund the Glazers, but yeah, he's right in that regard.
the fans should know the truth, should know that the players, we want the best for the club. I want the best of the club. This is why I'm coming to Manchester United. This is why I love this club. But you have some things inside the club which don't help to Manchester reach the top level as City, Liverpool, and even now Arsenal, for example, which is complicated. It's difficult. It's hard. In my opinion, it will be hard for Manchester to be in the top of the game the next 2-3 years.
And Ronaldo is right in that. Ronaldo is beyond right in that. And although Ten Hag can make us play better football, we can buy players. Football fans and I know I sound so pompous. I know I sound so arrogant. I know I sound so. I frustrate people when I say this, but I stand by this to my core. I stand by this. That if you just think teams win regularly, teams compete regularly because they've got a brilliant manager and they spend lots of money on players, you're mistaken. A lot of rivals don't understand how we can dislike the Glazers because we spend money, because we've hired some top managers. They ignore the fact that there are so many other elements that go on. There is no organization in the world, no sports team in the world, no school, no university, no family unit that can just throw money at a problem. There has to be structure, there has to be a culture, there has to be standards, there has to be a hierarchy. The hierarchy needs to be respected. You get respected through your actions and your own adherence to the culture and standards of which you set. This is fundamental to life. This is fundamental to life. Always has and always will be. And Man United do not have a good structure. We are not run well. And people will say, well, he doesn't even talk to the Glazers. He said it. It's nothing to do with them. It's Myrtle, it's Fletcher, it's Richard Arnold, it's Woodward. But the Glazers appoint those people in their stead. It is on them at the end of the day. Richard Arnold's replaceable. Woodward's replaceable. Everybody at Man United, barring the Glazers, is replaceable by the Glazers. And if the Glazers hired the right people and we spent the money we spent, we would be successful. But we spend a lot of money on players, which generates income, which improves share prices, that makes them money. What we don't actually do is spend the money in all of the right areas. Yes, there's news reports coming out over the last 12 to 24 hours that there is more investment being made. There's a new swimming pool at Carrington. There's a new £200,000 complex being built as requested by Ten Hag. That's Ten Hag now in 2022. Ronaldo is suggesting that there's lots of things that are the same from 2009. Of course, he's been at Real Madrid and he's been at Juve, two other gigantic clubs, and has seen technologies that are way advanced of Man United's. Rival players will speak at, in the Portugal squad when he's at events. Look what we've got compared to what you have. And when you think Man United 15 years ago had one of the best training facilities globally across all sports, and now we're not even ranked inside the top 25 in England. All of these things show players that the club isn't serious. The players don't think the club is serious. Do they give the extra 5, the extra 10% in games? The answer is no. Cristiano Ronaldo, there's a lot that remains to be seen about this interview. Let's see what he says about Ten Hag. Let's see what he says about his teammates. Let's see what he says about these other areas. One thing's for sure, he's going to keep saying he loves the fans. He's going to keep saying the fans are right. He'll keep going at the Glazers. And I'm not naive. Some of you may have already written this in the comments sections. I'm not naive. Of course, he's going to say all the right things. Players always do. If I'm nice about the fans and I attack the Glazers, which I know they dislike, maybe they'll believe all the other elements. I don't believe that everything that we're going to learn from Cristiano Ronaldo, especially when it comes to the manager, is going to be 100% the facts. It will be his truth, to coin the modern phrase. But will it be the full truth? Man United will probably remain very tight-lipped. Man United will probably release a very generic statement denying certain accusations, claiming that they're fully behind Erik Ten Hag and that they want to quickly resolve the matter with Cristiano Ronaldo. But this is still a ploy, by the way, to get himself out of the football club. That doesn't change. Whether he's helping us with the Glazer cause or not, this is still Ronaldo wanting to get out of the club and, of course, not remain. He has had a pop as well at the likes of Gary Neville and Wayne Rooney. Let's take a quick listen here.
One of your biggest critics has been, and I'm surprised about this,
Me too.
Wayne Rooney,
For example,
who you played with for many years very successfully and were good friends with him. And yet all this year, 3 or 4 times, he's come out and attacked you in the media.
Piers, I don't understand.
Well, let me just stop him there very quickly. He's not attacked you, because that makes it sound aggressive and nasty, rude, disrespectful. He's given an opinion, the same as Piers, you have given an opinion on Ten Hag, or how you gave an opinion a year ago on Arteta that has changed. It's an opinion based on what you know at the time. Come on now. Attack? Is that the right word?
You should ask this question to him, but I don't know. I don't know why he criticized me so bad, or
Is it jealousy as well, perhaps, that you're still playing and still in the
probably,
Man United
probably
red shirt?
because he finished his career with 30s, so I'm still playing high level. I'm not gonna say that I'm looking better than him, which is true, but
I want to say really quickly, that comment there, I expected it to be a bit banterous, and it was. We were talking about that on the top 6 yesterday. I'm going to say this about Rooney and what criticizing him. Ronaldo walking off from games early, Ronaldo leaving games early in pre-season. Of course, there's a situation about the summer. That's to be resolved. Let's wait and see what comes out from both sides. I'm going to keep my powder dry and remain tight-lipped on that until we get more facts, because we don't know now. So let's just leave it there. But the leaving of games early deserves to be criticized. My view is this, and I think it was Graham Souness say this in an interview today, that Ronaldo has such a unique standing in the game, you have to treat him differently. I don't believe that's true, unless that unique standing of the game is still delivering for you at an exponential level to others. So I was a salesperson. I got away with a lot in most sales teams I was in because I was always one of the high performers. When I was a manager of people, if my better salespeople, they got more leeway. If my best seller was a bit late, my best seller left a bit early, did I care? No, man was hitting numbers. She was hitting numbers. But if my worst performers or my underperformers were late or were trying to leave early, there was hell to pay. For me, you've got to be earning that respect day in, day out. Yes, you can have credit in the bank, but Man United have to start moving forward. And I remain resolute in my thoughts that we are a better team without Ronaldo. I do think he is beyond past his very best, but I don't even know if he has the capabilities of scoring regularly in the Premier League anymore either. Maybe a lot of this is mental because he's so unhappy at being at the football club. But either way, that doesn't help Man United. That just may change where the blame lies. Look, I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on this. 2 more very revealing clips from this Cristiano Ronaldo situation. Make sure you're smashing the like buttons. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace as well. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon. Thank you.